Alright, welcome back to Gnomoria. I'm Captain Goldie. This is episode 3. I just spent a few minutes here just looking around, getting my bearings. This episode we're gonna try to get the metal working, and we might make it to the beginning of summer if I don't keep it paused too long. Another very important thing I forgot to deal with up until now is the cotton. We need bandages by the beginning of summer, more important than armor, really. So I'm just going to try to keep these farmers occupied on getting this working, and I'm going to make bandages the first priority over the metal, but I'm going to drag up what's been mined. This right here is a substantial quantity of ore to get up from depth 12. So I think I might just mine out the last little bit here and just have everybody who's idle focus on getting this upstairs, because this is below 10, so this area will be cut off to prevent skeletons and whatnot from coming upstairs and killing everybody. I'm not too sure what to do with this silver. I think I'll just leave it here. It goes towards the wealth, even though I don't have it in any stockpiles. But since I've mined it, it's just adding its value, and I don't particularly need it for anything immediately. So I'm just probably going to leave it there. I'll set a stockpile to get all this copper and tin up. This is a pretty good amount. So that'll probably get the anvils and the beginning armor done. But cotton is very important. It goes into bandages and armor, so I'm probably going to double the size of this field. Just bring it right along here. So yeah, I took a look at the stocks, just trying to get an idea of what was done. We got plenty of logs, and I'm sure they're working on planks and stuff. They also have 4 workbenches done. I think they're sitting right here. So that was actually made before these workshops are finished. That's from the crude workshops. So it shouldn't be very difficult for them to get this stuff built. The only problem I see would be like the miners. They're kind of pulling double duty. They're downstairs mining, and they have to come up here and make blocks, because these hearths and furnaces and stuff require block-made material. And I said before that this Great Hall is a priority, which just goes towards people moving in, which is nice to have, but it's already day 9. We don't have bandages, and we don't even have the ore upstairs yet, so I'm not too concerned about actually getting the Great Hall done in time for the first wave of settlers. So I'm not going to worry about having them spend all their time up here cranking out blocks so that I could get this Great Hall reasonably decorated for the value, because nomads come based on the value of your kingdom. So the higher that value is, the more people are likely to move in, but that it also increases the strength of the invaders. So it's sort of a double-edged sword. And since we're not even prepared for invaders yet, I don't really want to entice them with a high value. So the first thing I'm going to worry about doing is getting the builders working on the gatehouse, which is going to be right over here. I think the pasture's in the way, but it doesn't need to be perfect right now, so I'm just gonna get it placed, even though I intend to expand it in this direction, sort of where the pasture is a little bit. but since the pasture is in the way, I'm just gonna have this temporary wall here. That's gonna be where the door is, so I think that's correct. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this will be over 2 more spaces, which I think, yeah, it's gonna actually fit. Okay, so I was wrong there. The pasture is just barely not in the way. So that's the first room, and I might, you know, they're not terribly needed for hauling yet, so not replace. So I'm gonna have them build more. This is where the training room will be, right off the side here. So this will be where the guard area is, and when I'm pretty much just going to have them training all the time, and when attacks come, they'll come through this door, and then the people in here training will spot them, and then the battle will happen somewhere in this general vicinity. Usually I stick the bandages in this room, but from my other games I've been testing this out, and it sort of puts the bandages on the other side of the fight. Like, the fight will be right around here. Like, they'll come through this doorway, and the goblins will already be in this room when they're spotted, so the fight will happen somewhere in this doorway, or in the beginning of this room, or even in this room if they're slow to react. And the bandages being in here would mean if they were wounded, they would have to walk through the battle to get to the bandages, and they don't like doing that too often. They tend to get like caught by other goblins as they're trying to move towards the bandages. But I can't put the bandages in here because the training room is a 5x5. It'll take up this entire space. So I think I might put the bandages in the doorway. I don't put a door there because I don't want it blocking the line of sight. So putting bandages in the doorway is just going to look a little weird, but functionally it'll be better for the gnome soldiers. Forge is done. I can tell them to start making bars, which I want to do. So I'm going to get a stockpile here for the ore, and then anybody who's idle will start moving the ore from downstairs up here. I should probably add coal to that. There we go. And then I need to put crates, because there is plenty of ore downstairs. And we don't want them just having 9 pieces of ore up here. That is a lot of crates. We only had 14 planks. I don't know if they've been using them. Probably. I mean, making the bellows and whatnot. I have no idea how many planks we have right now, but probably not enough for that many crates. So it's going to take a little bit to get done, unfortunately. But there's nothing I can do about that right now. I'm going to expand the cotton farm here so I don't forget. And I'm going to increase its priority, because I basically equate your supply of cotton to your survivability. Alright, there we go. Farm. Not sure how big I want it, but I suppose, yeah. Just, I started 2 blocks over, so this is actually going to be an 8x10. So it's another 80 cotton. I believe they have enough. I believe they have enough seeds. I'm not totally sure. 113? No, they don't, but they got enough to plant most of this. Like, they'll be able to plant this, and then a couple rows of this, and then after each generation of cotton, they'll be able to plant more. I'm not too worried about it. 100 cotton seeds is plenty. I'm not sure where I want to stick the cows, but I'll probably put them in here. And while I'm thinking about it, I do have to worry about the wall over here. I removed all of the ramps. I don't remember when. It was probably last video at some point. But that means that they can't jump down from here. They can access the top of this wall, so I'll put a block right there, but they can't jump down, so I need to put a wall over here somewhere. And it's going to be a temporary wall. I'm not too worried about where to put it, so I'll just throw it up somewhere. Like so. So they're able to get up here. This is outside. They can get up here. They can't get over this wall. They can get up here. They probably can't get on top of this wall without a floor. I'm not totally sure. I like to just cover my bases and put another block up here. But they can't get down anywhere over here. There's no ramps down, so it's safe. This wall is unneeded, so I'm not going to expand upon it at all. I don't think I need any of these ramps either. I mean, it is a way to get up here, but I think it'll just be more defensively irresponsible to have these upper level tiers accessible from within the fortress so that invaders can't like break through here and then use these ramps to get up here. If they wanted to get up here, they'd have to go further into the fortress and use the stairs or something. So the apple trees are growing. I don't remember what these are, but they look like birch, because the pine are darker green cuttings. And I like birch, so it would make sense that I planted birch there. It's day 10, can't be losing focus here. Need to get the cows inside and start planning for it doesn't. Badger spotted. Shit. I accidentally told him to mine out all that. I think I miscounted here. Let me see. No, I didn't. I'm just crazy. There we go. I'm used to having double doors, and a 5x5 room isn't even. It can only have a one space door. So that makes sense there. So this room is actually too big, but it doesn't matter. It's just the guard room. Alright, so I'm not too worried about getting the training room done before summer. There's nobody to train. But I am definitely worried about getting this done and the cotton working. I can't even get the cotton working until this is done, so they need the farmers need to keep working around the clock. I can't like tell them, you know, work harder, but I can sort of make it more of an incentive to get the cotton in the ground. I can see they're getting these crates in here, so that's good. And it looks like people are hauling stuff up, but it's not going very quickly. I'm going to have to cut this floor off at the end of day 12. Because from my experience, the skeletons spawn like immediately upon summer. So I don't want this open at all. So we don't have a whole lot of time to get it up there, so I'm going to set this stockpile priority to 1. It's sort of an emergency to get everything out of there. I don't particularly want to abandon all this ore, but you know, there's just no real time, really. I think I'm going to cancel all of their other work too, because I don't want them wasting their time with anything else. Okay, so these actually weren't actually told to be doing anything, so that's okay. See, they're bringing up coal, so that's good. Might as well move the cows in. Not safe to leave them outside. Remove designation. Get rid of the current pasture. Okay. I'm just going to reset it to make sure it's that they grab these cows and put it in there. I'm hoping that they're running out here just to grab cotton seeds. So I don't know why else they would be doing it. Ugh. Day 10. Not making much progress moving this ore up. I'm not totally sure what to do. Seems they're prioritizing coal. It's not the best idea. I'm probably going to deconstruct these stairs so that they're not tempted at all to pull the silver up. I'm gonna watch, make sure they don't get stuck down there. I don't want them like running downstairs and deconstructing them. I've never seen it happen that way, but I'm always worried that it might happen. So yeah, it looks like he's doing a good job. He's not going down there. Okay. So we cut off some tin, cut off the silver, and any coal that might still be down there. And now they should be focusing on this stuff, which is the what we need. I am tempted to like leave those stairs up and let them get the ore, but from my experience, the skeletons aren't very forgiving. It's like 4 a.m. summer day 1, I think, was the first time I got hit with skeletons, so you can't even really, you know, risk it. It's too dangerous. But then again, that was down on like level 30. I was trying to get like iron and whatnot out of the ground. I don't recommend going that deep so quickly, unless you're fine with only getting a little bit of ore, you know, because it's such a long trip down, like down to level 40, level 50, and then back up carrying one piece of ore. They only get a couple before they have to go to sleep and drink and whatnot. So it's not very efficient to move that stuff up. So, you know, going down to like level 20 would be probably the lowest you'd want to try to get a good quantity of ore out of before summer. So finding all this copper and tin's good. That makes bronze. That's pretty good for the first year of the game. Goblins will be donating copper through their invasions and dying and leaving stuff for you to take. So this tin's good stuff. It's really too late to prioritize anything. Like, I could go onto the stockpile and tell it only to bring tin in, and then they'll come down here and only grab the tin, and then I could try to recycle goblin copper and then make bronze that way, but there's only like a day left. And, you know, might as well get this copper anyway. It'll go towards making anvils, something you have to get anyways. I'm pretty sure level 10 is safe. I usually cut it off at 9 just to be careful, but since there is copper here on level 10, I think I'll cut the stairs off here at level 10. If skeletons do attack, then it's gonna suck, but it'll be a learning experience for all of us. So, you know, regrettably, it still doesn't look like a whole lot of progress is getting made here. They're chipping away at it. I'm gonna try to buy them as much time as possible. I'll probably have to cancel the stockpile just so that they stop coming down here like an hour before summer, because I don't want them coming down here to grab stuff when I cut the stairs off. If they had finished cleaning this area out, then there would be no reason for them to be down here. But I don't think they're going to make it at all. I don't even think they're going to get a third of the way through this. Yeah, so I'm getting a little sidetracked on that. Bandages is the primary goal. But I have all day 1 to get bandages made because the goblins will attack at night. Still no excuse to wait that long, so I'm gonna order a yak be butchered. It's unfortunate it's a female, but if you're lucky you'll have 2 males, because you're gonna have to butcher one anyway. It's just better if it's a male. You get 2 males and you're like, oh, I was unlucky I got 2 males, but you know, you have to butcher one anyway, so it's like, oh, well, I guess I am lucky. In this case, you know, you want the females. They're the ones that produce milk and reproduce, so actually having to butcher one is unfortunate. But that's where you're going to get the bone. The bone is required to make the tailor. You need a bone carver. I don't think I made one. I don't think I made one, so I'll make a bone carver. Okay. They need to make a knife for that. They'll probably prioritize the knife over hauling. I did set that to 1. I'm not totally sure, but it appears that they are. So that's good. This is green, so they're dragging the cow up here, or at least it was. It appears they made it to the bed and then decided to just take a nap. It's fine. The bone carver isn't ready anyway. What's going to happen is they'll bring the cow up here, butcher it. There'll be a bunch of leather, food, meat, and bone. And then when this is done, they'll take a bone to the bone carver, and I probably need to set that. I don't think I've done that yet in any of the other videos. You don't start with a bone carver, so I like to assign it to the rancher since he's already sort of into miscellaneous crafting. So I just assign bone carving to the rancher. Otherwise, this will just sit idle, and you'll be like, well, I got bones, and I got a bone carver, but nobody feels like carving bones. And that's because nobody's actually set to bone carve. You're not too worried about the quality of the needle anyway, so even though the rancher is probably a complete noob at bone carving, it doesn't matter. He'll take a bone, he'll make the world's worst needle, and it'll go into this workshop. And its quality will have no influence on the tailor. You can get them good at it. I mean, there's not a whole lot of uses for bone, so you can just waste bones into like skilling up your rancher if you wanted. You can make statuettes, which you can sell to the merchants to buy things. The merchants don't really sell anything good other than animals. You can buy the other type of animals, like the llama-like things and the weird ostriches or whatever they are that lay eggs. I'm not too worried about that, but that's how you get money for it. And you make little collectibles or toys or whatnot. Kind of like Dwarf Fortress, where you make things, craftables, and sell them. So I assume that's what they're going to improve upon, you know, like add more things you could buy from the merchant and whatnot, and have the economy of your kingdom matter more than it does right now. Like, there's nothing to really buy from the merchant that's important. I mean, you could buy like a few pieces of copper and tin and like a piece of silver and gold. I don't know. He just doesn't seem to have a ton of anything ever. You can offload a lot of stuff to him, and it doesn't take anything. Like in Dwarf Fortress, if you sold 1,000 pieces of dirt, your guys would have to carry all of that to the merchant. But in this one, it just all disappears. So, you know, like if I wanted to clean up the fortress of dirt, I could just sell it all to the merchant for nothing. The dirt has zero value, but you can sell it all to him and it'll just disappear. It's a nice way to tidy up. Though when you buy stuff, your guys will have to haul it. So you don't want your merchant like way over here, and then they have to haul it all the way into your stockpiles. It's a better idea to have your merchant somewhere over here where the stockpiles are, so they don't have a long distance to haul the stuff you bought. Whenever I find myself needing to buy anything, it's usually just wood or something. So the sun is set on day 11, tomorrow is 12, it's the last day to get anything done. Bone carver's done. I told him to get this butcher done, but I saw it go green again, but I guess they just woke up for a drink or something and then thought they'd get the butchering done and then decided to go back to bed. I wasn't watching, so I couldn't tell you what exactly happened. But, They should get that butchered and then immediately over to the bone carver, and then the tailor will be done. And then unfortunately at that point I gotta tell the farmers to just quit all of this, you know, stop farming and start making bandages. I want to get a few bandages done at least. And while I'm worrying about it, I'm gonna go ahead and place a stockpile over here for the bandages in the doorway. It's under, I think, cotton cloth bandage. They're not gonna move any bandages over here because once again there's crap blocking it, but I like to put a crate on it anyway. So once that crate's there, they'll start filling it up with bandages whenever they're made. I'm a little worried about having this milk out here. There's nothing I don't want to worry about it now. I'll probably worry about it on day 1 of summer. Because you don't ever want your people outside at night. Because that's when the goblin attacks come, at night. At some random point at night, too. It's like right before dawn they can come. They can come at midnight. They can come as soon as the sun sets. Basically, don't go outside at night until the attack happens. After the attack, they don't attack again that night. So if you survive the attack, then you can go outside and do things. So don't have anything outside to be done until you want stuff to be done. Because if there's milk out here and then some poor guy decides to haul it and a goblin attack comes and he's caught out here, he'll be the first target, and they tend to fight to the death. If they get caught, they'll get caught and they'll just fight to the death. They don't run for some reason. They're fairly brave or stupid or both. I'm not sure. I mean, they're gnomes. You would expect them to be a little cowardly, but I guess the goblins are their sworn enemies, and if they're gonna go down, they're gonna go down fighting. I am surprised. I didn't think they'd get even a third through this, and it looks like they're about half done. You know, kind of long ways here. They cleared this out. They're starting to get a little here and over here, so it's almost half cleared out at the very beginning of the day. I mean, they're going to have to sleep again, so I'm not sure how far they'll actually get through, but I am impressed with the work they have gotten done so far. It'd be nice if they're teasing me, I'm not sure, but it'd be nice if they got through it all. So, this was about the end of the episode. I thought I'd get through the rest of this day, but time flies. Look at it go. Next episode, we're definitely going to hit the beginning of summer. So, I'm going to want these bandages done, which doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. I don't know where the rancher is. I'll probably look for them later. Not right now, but at the beginning of next episode, I'll probably worry about where the rancher is, why he hasn't... Well, actually, he did, didn't he? He butchered that. Okay, great. And for some reason... I guess I'll worry about it right now just for a second. Well, they finished it. Wow, I'm crazy. Holy shit. Wow, my bad. Get some bandages made. So, bandages accomplished. Day 12, about 6 a.m. So, next episode, definitely we'll worry about getting a stockpile of bandages done. And this metal. We're not going to have armor done in time. I'm not even worried about it. But we got the metal, so maybe by the second goblin attack we'll have some armor production going. I'm just worried about having the bandages ready for the first attack. The fighters, they're not going to have much. You just start off with a helmet and a breastplate and a weapon. So one guy, it's probably going to be 2 goblins, so I'm going to have some backup for them, just some militia farmers, just some meat to throw into the battle, just overwhelm the goblins, and that tends to lead to a massive amount of wounds. You know, the unarmored farmers are just going to get bruised and cut, and they're going to need bandages, so I'm probably going to need 15, planning on burning through 7 to 10, and just, you know, from experience, it seems to be how much boo-boos they get. So that's going to be for next episode. If you like the series so far, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment if you want a gnome named after you. So far, nobody has, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just start naming the gnomes randomly as I please. But hopefully some people leave some comments, get these gnomes named. See you in the next video.